Hi, I'm Kristen Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? So we are back with Molly Price, and we're going to talk about when she came back to see us on the first season, the first episode, actually, of And Just Like That. I think it was the first episode. Yeah. So it was really fun because we got to have her back after all these years with a totally different hair color. Unfortunately, you come to Big's funeral. So for anyone who doesn't know, Big dies. I had a guest on the other day, Molly, who did not know.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I know. I felt like someone who's told a child that there is no Santa Claus. I
Oh,
felt
no.
really bad. Yeah.
Oh, no.
She was very upset with us. Even though she wasn't necessarily like a big stan, she still seemed very upset. Yeah, it was really interesting. I didn't think there was anyone who didn't know, but that's because I live in my own bubble of
Do you
Sex and the
remember
City.
shooting that day? Because all of the background workers, they didn't want anybody to know that Big had died. So when they were speaking, when the background workers were in the art studio, which is where we filmed that day, right, in Chelsea, they would use she. And then when all the background workers were released and they turned around and we were seeing all of the cast speaking about Mr. Big, it was at that point that the script changed and everybody was referencing Mr. Big. But they didn't want anybody to know. So the whole day we had to keep it a secret because the background workers, the background artists were all under the impression that the person they were there to memorialize was a woman. I had a line. My line was, am I the only one that remembers what a fucking asshole he was?
Wow.
And the girl that I had to say it to was sitting next to me at the funeral. And I remember after we finished shooting, she said, why did you ask me if he was an asshole, if the person that died was a woman?
Wow.
And I said something like, I didn't write the episode. I don't know. You'd have to
Good
ask
one.
the writers.
Good, Molly.
I'm going to craft service. See you later. Bye.
Wow. I had forgotten all this drama in that day. Yeah, it was a big day. What I do remember is they hadn't gotten the montage together yet of Big that we were supposed to be watching on the wall. So we had puppies and stuff. Do you remember this? Were you there for this part?
Yes.
There was like puppies and kitties and pandas. And at one point, Sarah Jessica never breaks, like never, like not from laughing, not from anything. Do you know what I mean? And she's sitting next to me in the scene. And at one point, they're doing close up after close up, and we're watching the puppies and trying to have our feelings. And I think it was just one more angle, and Sarah was just like, just like
you
fell on her
out.
knees and put her head in my lap and just started just like hysterically laughing, which I have never experienced before in my life. And I did bring that up to her somewhere that we were doing press, and she was like, it was the puppies, because I had forgotten the crazy. It was like almost like a screensaver montage.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, they were trying to trick everybody so they didn't know what was going on because it was such a huge storyline, such a huge reveal.
Right.
So it was beautifully done. I mean, a lot of thought went into keeping that a secret. And I'm impressed that they did.
Me too.
You would
I had
think
forgotten.
that somebody would have leaked it to some, TMZ would have gotten word or something. So.
That's true. I mean, we have this elaborate thing with our scripts as well, which I'm sure they put you through with the watermark, and you have to like sign into the thing to get the script.
NDA. Oh,
Lordy, have mercy. It's a lot of drama to go through. But,
it's like working for the FBI. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It is like working for the FBI, yet in the entertainment world. And what else? Was it weird to come back? Was it fun? Was it strange? I mean.
Oh, my God. It was absolutely thrilling because I remember we had the read through out at what's the beautiful lot out at the Brooklyn
Steiner.
Navy Yards. Yeah. And it was a long day, and we read, and then there was like lunch, and just to see everybody and to like I was on the show twice on Sex and the City, so this was the third time that I was in this zeitgeist, but it just felt like such a huge honor and a privilege to be a part of the launch of, And Just Like That, because everyone was so excited to see where everybody was going to be like that many, years later. And I just remember the read through was so funny, and the show was so different, and yet it was so essentially the same at its core. But everybody, had changed so much, and the world had changed.
Yeah.
And it was just remarkable to be there and to sit in that room and just listen to everyone, go back into that world again.
Yeah.
And to witness it, because I was more of a witness than a participant. And it was thrilling. And then the day that we shot, it was just thrilling because the costumes and it's always so glamorous. They do the best makeup, they do the best hair. Like you're just your best self when you're on that show.
Yeah.
So it was just, it's television history
Aww.
in terms of your association to that. I mean, you guys really changed the landscape of television. So to be a part of it is just, I've done a lot of things in my life, but no matter where I go, even if I travel like out of the country, Susan Sharon is the thing that always people will recognize me for.
That's
always.
So funny. That's so great.
She's out of everything I've ever done.
Wow.
People are like, are you Susan Sharon? And then I'm like, well, not, really. And then they freak out. I mean, you must know. I do. Freak out any association, any affiliation to that show.
That's
like I was with my son on Mother's Day and I said, I'm going to go on this podcast and talk to Kristen Davis about Sex and the City. And he goes, Mom, he's 21, right? He's like, Mom, no. And I was like, yeah. He's like, Mom, my girlfriend, all their friends, is it a board game? Is there a board game called Are You a Charlotte?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm not getting paid for it.
All right, well, you should look into this. Have your people find
Let's
out.
Look into it, you guys. Oh my gosh.
To me that there's a board game that all of the girls at his college play. And it's a board game where all the characters are in it and you play the board game to figure out which character from Sex and the City you're the most like.
I love it. I don't know. You're
going to have to call Mattel and find out if you're missing out.
I will. Yeah. I think that the original quiz of just which character are you, right?
Okay.
Is BuzzFeed, I want to say. Okay. And then when I was going to do the podcast, I went to work. We were working on this last season. And I asked Michael Patrick about it. And then I asked Sarah Jessica about it because I needed to know that they were going to be supportive, before I said yes.
Sure.
And they were super supportive. And I was maybe 3 sentences in when he said, I have the title. Are you a Charlotte? His writer mind working, right away.
That's very generous of him.
Very generous. Very, very generous. Very funny and generous. I have one more question.
Okay.
Are you a Charlotte?
No.
Tell us what you are.
I would think, hands down, Miranda.
Yeah.
That's the part that I was supposed to audition for that I didn't go to.
Oh my God, it makes perfect sense.
I was supposed to audition for Miranda and I didn't go to Queens.
Wow.
Not that I would have gotten it.
I mean, you never know. You would have been great.
For sure.
I love it. Yes. You seem like a Miranda to me as well. Yes.
It was well
cast. We love
cast.
Miranda.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you seen that book, We Should All Be Mirandas?
No.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's because you know how different characters kind of have different heydays or whatever, like times where people, like there was a time where Carrie was, everyone loved Carrie. And then there was a time where people wanted to criticize Carrie. And then Miranda was thought of as not being exciting for a while. And then there was a time where everyone was like, no, we should all be Mirandas.
Sure.
And also Charlotte at one point was thought of as being like the super boring one. And then there was a time when everyone was like, oh no, Charlotte has had an amazing, trajectory.
No, she's like a sage.
Thank you. That's so sweet. And I think Samantha maybe has always been celebrated and beloved, I feel like, because of the freedom, the freedom that she encapsulates, and projects into the world for women. But I feel like everyone has had different times where they, rise and fall, which I love. And different times in your life, you'll feel closer to different characters.
Yes. And I would think they are very essentially probably the most quintessential for archetypes of women.
Yes.
They do represent all the different, chakras of a woman's, the types of women that exist in the world.
Yes.
So it's so well done. It's an orchestra, and nobody would work without the other one. The synergy is really is the magic of that show.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
What fun to catch up.
It was an honor to be here.
Thank you
Thank
for being
you for
here
letting
with
me be
us.
part of it. Yeah.
It's my pleasure. Yay.
All right.
All right. We'll see you soon. We'll have to write you back in. Got
Okay,
to come back.
From your lips to God's ears. I would love it.
Okay. Have a great day, Molly.
Bye-bye, honey. Bye.
Bye.